Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everybody this fine Woo Woo Wednesday? It's Woo Woo Wednesday, everybody. And once again, my camera situation is backwards, so what can we do about that? Probably not much. How is everybody? We have a donation this time. We have a donation, friends. We have Florence, but she is on the other side of the world, so I will be timestamping that for her. So, of course, anybody wants their personal question answered today, you could send your donation in. Of course, whoever does it first is the first one that we will read. So let's see. We've got Florence, who is not here but left her question for when we get to it. We've got Brandy Lynn. We've got Damini. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Sorry, I got itchy nose, which is good. That's good news. Kalite, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? Jamie's here. Hello, Jamie. Yeah, I've been Brandy Lynn. I had like it in my mind as I was doing some pretty heavy duty stuff in here today that I need to email her back today, and then I didn't. Apologies, but I'm loving your updates. I love that. I love that so much that you're sending me those so I know what's up. But yeah, I think this month I've maybe had around 6 or 7 days without a headache or a migraine or just not feeling top notch physically and energetically. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've just been like, ugh. And thankfully, most of these days have not fallen on my Fridays and my Wednesdays. Or if they did, I had a reprieve at the time I got to be live. So thank goodness for that. Yeah, hello DW. But I've been having some fun, making some candles, doing some. You guys will be proud of me. Those that have been here a while. Hello. What's going on over here? May you ask? Yes, I still need to vacuum. It's been a while, but hello. It has been a hard month for so many, and if it's not been a physically draining or hard month, it's been just like trying to get that traction into the new year. Like it's, I mean, again, putting the new year right in the middle of the dead of winter. I just don't understand it. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm feeling better too. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I was just, yeah, bet you're feeling, yeah, and I was really just doing some journaling and assessing that I hit, and this is just kind of generally how I operate. I'm all or nothing. I'm never, again, as that Libra ascendant, I am on the quest, ever on the quest to find a sense of balance in all areas of life, which I am learning as I'm now almost 42 years old. That's probably, if I have one area of life balanced, the others are out of whack. Like I can't keep all those plates spinning and balls in the air, and it's just impossible for me personally, at least in the way I've been doing it and the new things I've tried. Like I haven't found a way yet. Uh, yeah, 42. Oh, well, in April I'll be 42. 428, 1982. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you're 20. How cool. Yeah, I feel like I'm 20. I don't know. I just I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Remember that song? Well, you may not, because I know they went out of business for a while, or maybe they're still out of business. I don't know. But yeah, I was very, very proud of myself. And it took me maybe, well, the general part of it took me about 30 minutes. And then maybe spent 10 minutes kind of here and there in the room. Just kind of, I still have this situation of totes that I need to kind of figure out exactly what I'm doing with the contents and then moving them down into the garage in the new shelving units my husband built for the place. Oh, you just turned 35. That's right. It was your birthday last Friday, Amber A. And Kirsten's here. Hi. Banana Anna S, you're here as well. Yeah. But the whole thing, Brandy Lynn, I had my first submission of book 2 and the first one of book of 2024, and they ripped me a new one. Just this makes it feel like this friendship is like controlling, and this makes it feel like, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And just you know I was like that the rest of that day, which was Sunday. I just felt so crap. I'm like, I'm not gonna write. I give up. I'm not doing it anymore. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not making it to the page. You know how we all have days like that, I think, in any creative endeavor, where we're like, this is total crap, no one's gonna like it, all that. And now I'm back to having huge downloads and doors unlocked with certain things that I'm still piecing together for book 3, and that book 3.5 that's still trying to wedge its way between current books 3 and 4, which I'm pretty sure is going to win. So yeah, there's going to be now 5 books in the series with 2 companion novels / possible duology for one of them. And knowing me, it's going to turn into a trilogy. It's going to turn into a 4-part series. Da, 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 da. I guess these are good problems to have, but at the same time, it's like, how do I get my message across? Yeah, still progress. I figured I would maybe do a little bit of show and tell with the candles. The candles I've been making, and these ones are specifically for somebody, and I'm not just creating candles for the sake of creating candles and then, making them pretty and doing it as a creative endeavor. Yes, that's all part of what I'm doing, but also I'm using my own healing abilities and channeling them into the candles so that they are very potent, very powerful, specifically for this mermaid. I will lovingly call her that. I made these as a gift for her. But I will show you guys what I've been working on, and hopefully the lighting situation will be good enough that we can see what's up here. But these are all, and these are what they're in. So these are 4-ounce vessels, but I think all said and done, there's like 2.5 ounces of wax in here is all. But yeah, there's the first one, and they all kind of go together. They're all on theme or on trend, all channeled in with her particular healing energy and what she needs to do her next level up and do her healing and connecting to her intuition and all the fun things. And this lighting is definitely not doing this glitter and this whole moment and the colors justice at all. At all, not at all. I think what I'll do is actually take pictures of these and probably put them on Friday's thumbnail. I think I will do that. But I'm still like in alchemist mode with trying to figure out my scents. Absolutely love how this came out. It was like an ocean, like the scent was called Ocean. And then I also added white tea scent fragrance to it as well. And I'm buying like eco type scents. So I'm trying to stay as like chemical and toxin free as possible. But when you do that, the price gets jacked way the heck up. But hey, I'm not, when I do sell these, it's not going to be like a full on business, but just, when I get there, and it's going to probably take me 100+ candles to really get things right. Cause it's like a whole alchemy. It's a whole science to try to not only figure out, the different types of wax and which ones work best and which ones don't. And, the different dyes you can use to color them and the different crystals you can put in there and the fragrance. I mean, there's so much that goes into this. Like that's what I've been spending my time doing more than anything else this month. No, hardly any writing's been getting done. Hardly any, stuff around my house. I've been like in full on research mode about all things candles and crystals and healing and candle magic. Like I've just been in a rabbit hole. And this one I think is my favorite. I don't know if I showed you guys this one yet. I think I did. I think maybe it's a toss up between these two, but again, this one is a much darker purple than it's actually appearing here in the lighting. And I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be possible with my webcam situation here to get anything accurate. But I'll take a photo of these and use them as part of Friday's thumbnail for the live stream. So you can see them in that way. That's what I'm going to do. But I've got, it's funny because when I was picking up, it's like, don't tell anyone your secrets or your plans. I just want to tell you guys everything I want to do, like for specific candles that I want to do. But I guess I should probably take heed of that. But you guys will know, you'll be the first to know what I've got cooking and conjuring up over here with the candle stuff. You would buy that same hi, man, hi, Jessica Lynn, welcome, welcome. Oh, you like the candles. You're in the process right now with your crafts. I love it. I'm like a lifetime researcher. Like I'm a perpetual student in whatever it is. I love learning things. It's the application of said learning and knowledge that I'm gaining that's where sometimes it doesn't happen. But I will still remember things that I've learned years down the road, even if I never applied them in a very tangible way, if that makes sense. Yeah, we are a pretty small group, right? Yeah. Oh, Kirsten's back. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So I've been kind of sad, like probably in the last 6 months or so, because I haven't been booking. It's a lot like my tarot stuff. It just dried up overnight. My mentor stuff kind of dried up overnight. My healing sessions I was doing pretty consistently all dried up overnight. Like, and all around the same time. I think the trickle effect, it really hit my pick a card channels and stuff first. And we're talking year and a half, 2 years plus at this point that my channels have felt very funneled down to a trickle rather than a stream. But all the side hustles that I had with the healing stuff and the mentor sessions and all that, those are now completely dried riverbeds and there's not much going on. I did book a 20-minute reading last week, but that's about it. And then this live stream channel has almost itself tomorrow. Let's hope not tomorrow, because I'm not live tomorrow. Last live stream on Friday was the very first live stream ever since I started November 14th, 2020, that we didn't even have one donation. And I was like, okay, maybe this is drying up now, and now I'm gonna really be SOL on all the things I do and the money that I bring in. Not that technically I need the money because my husband does well for both of us, but it's a, I don't know, self-worth thing. It's a, yeah. And again, I keep going back to that because a lot of what I offer is not a need. It's more of a luxury or something fun you do for yourself or, for a friend or a birthday, buy them a session. It's not something that people need per se, but yeah, I'm feeling it. And I think a lot of other small businesses, tarot readers, healers, probably candle makers, people who make things and, heal and use their spiritual gifts. I think not only are we being hit hard, but a lot of the economy is, tightening purse strings and all that. So I'm not trying to be like, oh, poor me. I think everybody's feeling it to some capacity, but instead of just sitting in that energy of sadness and woe is me, I'm just trying to keep it moving. You know what I mean? Discover card is auditing your finances. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Inflation is brutal. Yeah. And there was a thing called in the 70s. This was before my time even, called stagflation. So it was like stagnant inflation, like two things the economy just doesn't like, but at the same time, I'm really fingers crossing that that's not what's going to happen in this next, forward momentum of the economy. But there will be some pretty big crashes and burns. We are in a universal 8 year. So big financial gains for some people, big financial losses for others. And a lot of this financial loss stuff I do see with these more like bigwig, corporate itees, this type of thing. This is, and then the, the low man on the totem pole, all of us working folks down here, are maybe hopefully starting to see a little bit of, upward I can't say that word, trajectory with our finances and our happiness. And yeah, the tech world is on fire. I just read right before the live stream, and I don't know how I even went down the rabbit hole to find this, that there's like a tech, oh gosh, what was it called? I'm sure it's still over on but they're putting I guess President Biden decided to put a hub of some sort over here in my area, of like tech something or other. Oh man, where was it? But that's what I went down a rabbit hole with smart cities, because that's like the thing everybody's talking about is, oh, smart cities are gonna be so advanced. It's like the more smart, smart technology the city gets, the less nature is involved. And we already in cities have a lot less nature than, people living out in the sticks. um, but they're actually trying to make one of the cities in Montana a smart city, which would be Bozeman. That a lot of people started calling Bose Angeles because it's like Los Angeles 2.0, and it never was that way before. Um, but they're trying to make some sort of tech hub here in Missoula, uh, Butte, which is kind of east of us, Kalispell north of us, and Bozeman, Bose Angeles, to the east of us as well. Um, but yeah, I don't personally want that where I'm at. When I first moved to town back in 2001 to this town, I'm from slightly up north, more in the higher elevation mountainous area. Um, but yeah, a small town up where I was from, and then I went to school here and loved it so much in this, vibrant town that I stayed. But now so many people are moving in. I want to move out. I want to move south. I want to move somewhere where I have some space between me and my neighbors, and a deeper, more easily accessible connection to the earth. I mean, I live on a quarter acre, which for a lot of people that's like huge. But to me, I still want space, and I want the Dixie Chicks song or whatever they're called, wide open spaces. So eventually, that's my dream, is to move just slightly south of here and not be in any kind of smart city, or have 5G towers all up on my business, which is kind of where we're getting right now, and I don't like it. And I noticed that my migraines have really taken like an uptick since they started really installing the smart meters around town, and of course the 5G towers. Um, I can hear it, like if I'm walking like anywhere within, not just like a sight distance, like usually closer than that, of like a 5G tower. Like I can hear it and I can feel it at the same time, like in my teeth. Anyone else, I get anywhere close to a building that has that or something, like I can hear it like inside my head, and I can feel it even in my teeth. And intuitively, I know it's not a good thing. It is totally cringy. It is just makes my skin crawl. I don't like it. If we are forced as humans to live that way, I don't know that I'd be living a very long life, because I can't handle being that close. I have to like get out of the building that it's around or the vicinity that it's at. And a lot of times, like when I'm out shopping, you notice a lot of these big towers around the shopping like districts in towns. I'm not a fan at all. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Trickle it down to us, please, right? I hope so. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, tech is changing for sure quickly. Meanwhile, there are layoffs galore to all the. Yeah, right. Yeah, last 10 years, internet journalism. Right, right. There's so much going on that I'm seeing, like the veil is lifting in a lot of areas where things that were deeply hidden from general knowledge, general public, are now exposed. Exposed. There's no more hiding. The lights have turned on, and the cockroaches are trying to find the shadows. But when the lights are on, and floodlights specifically, with that veil coming down so much, there's really at some point going to be nowhere to hide, and all the truth will be out there for those with the eyes to see, ears to hear. You will have the truth, and eventually, hopefully, if enough of us have the truth, we won't put up with this anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, because everybody can sit there and read all these news articles about all this, craziness, the way they're trying to change the world, which, change can be really good and innovative. But the farther we get from nature, I would argue to say that, there could be technologies, like I believe there were in the past, that worked in tandem with nature, that were symbiotic with nature, that actually flowed with nature. We don't have that now. It's the literal opposite of nature. And the more down that line we get, the less human a lot of people are going to feel. It's just no. It's just no. I'm not here for it. But hopefully, hopefully, as we still and continue to work on our own spiritual evolution, and even material and physical evolution with our, physical footprint here, and just what we're here to do, and just being these anchors of light distributed all over the world. Hopefully, we'll be able to hold our own against a lot of this stuff that almost feels forced, or It's like we weren't given a choice at all in the first place, but yet we're just having to go along with it. Kind of like we're swept up into a dustpan, like we have no choice. We can't just stay where we were on the floor. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna have a lot of people lost too, moving away from nature. Right. So many people already are lost, and they're still have a decent touchstone to nature. Even people that live in high-rise apartments and stuff, they can go outside and usually within walking distance of a lot of places, not all places, but a lot of places, there's like a park or a tree planted, in a little plot of dirt around that tree that, on a sidewalk next to a busy street and a whole bunch of buildings. Like, you can find little glimpses of nature, but they're trying to remove us even further from where they've already removed so many people in cities. It's so like in plain sight that we should, as like people, be like, no, this isn't what we should be doing. But there are people that are leaving cities and going and homesteading, or going closer to nature, even if they don't know much about it. They're on a journey to learn. I moved away from the city and have nature. Yes, that's exactly what I was just saying, Kimberly. Right. Surrounding my home and distance from neighbors has helped my mental. Oh, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? And even just the act of having a tree in your yard, or 30 trees in your yard, wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, homesteading in Idaho. That's awesome. Yeah, I was born in Idaho, but I'm like fifth, wait, sixth generation Montanan. My mom was born in Montana. My grandma, my great grandma, great grandpa, great great great. Yeah, so it's like 6 generations back, maybe 7, 6 for sure. Don't quote me on that. About the 7th. So I feel like a Montana person through and through. But Idaho, yeah, it is a magical land. Oh, he wants to take you back there eventually. Well, if you ever come up to the like panhandle part of Idaho, like northern Idaho, you'll be so close that you might as well come over to Glacier Park. I'm in that area, so and it's just I'm right off the freeway in Missoula, so yeah. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Oh my goodness. If you're ever up this way, you would have to let me know. We could go do lunch or something. All right. So we should probably I just want to hang out and gab. I don't know. But yeah, I did see we had another donation come in, which I'm gonna add to the list, and then I'm gonna do a free 1 card pull for everybody who's here and wants one. That's what we're gonna do. So Kirsten, she sent 3333. So it's either 3 1 card pulls, or a 1 card and then a deeper reading, or how do you want to distribute that? Let me know, dear, and we'll actually do your reading first, because I am time stamping for Florence. So however we want to distribute your reading, we can do that. 1 full and 1 small. That sounds good. Okay. So I'll just do plus 1 card. That's how I remember. Not that we're like overloaded here to where I would hopefully not forget anyway. So there we have it. Okay. So 1 card pull for everybody who's here. I just saw 7, but then it turned 8, and we have 8 likes on the video. Thank you so much, you guys. So let's do 888 in the chat if you would like a 1 card reading. Hey, Linda, just in time. And the first one on the chopping block. Look at that. Oh, your first big reading question. Oh, okay. I'll read that when we get there. Okay. So I'll be able to scroll up here momentarily. Right on time, Linda. Let's get Linda's card. What does she need to know? And I kind of thought before the live stream started that I would kind of phrase the question that I'm asking for each of you as, what area of life is about to, or, just what is it that's about to improve for you? So let's see. Yeah, just put in 888. That lets me know that you would like a 1 card pull, because I don't want to assume that everybody here wants one. I don't see why they wouldn't, but like, hey, I don't want to assume things, right? So I just kind of give the like magic password, and then that way, if you want one, you got it. And if it appears that I have at some point skipped somebody, just kind of hold off. Sometimes I see things in a different order than what you see, but usually we get it all ironed out. All right, Linda. So what is improving for Linda? All right. We have Witch with passion. I love it. So this really is about your passion. So if you've been feeling kind of ho-hum about, life in general, or one specific area of life, there's this like rekindling of passion coming in, and it feels really exciting. I got this like rush of excitement when I first saw that. So to me, it feels like it's like about darn time. Like, yes. All right, Kalite, let's get your card. What area of life is improving for Kalite? And we have here Gaia, completion, the earth, and success. So your connection to the earth, we were just talking about that, weren't we? But this does feel like being able to close out a cycle. And this is very world card here with the globe or the planet here. So, the world card is associated with travel, with completion, closing out one chapter to start another, or maybe even closing out a whole book and starting a whole new book. But there's success at the heart of whatever it is you're about to go into. And you're just going to feel more successful in general. That could even be what's improving for you, Kalite. All right, Kimberly. Let's get Kimberly a card. I don't know why I was saying your name like that, but there you go. Kimberly, what's improving for Kimberly? And we have here Freya, warrior, your power and determination. So your power and determination and just feeling like, I got this. Like, I'm not skating around anything. I'm not walking on eggshells. I'm not going to hunch in the corner and, be timid. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, put my chin up, and do something about it, whatever that is. But it does feel to me something you're very excited about or very determined to create or do or manifest, something really exciting. All right. So Banana Anna S. Let's get your card. What's improving for Banana Anna S? And we have here Nematona. Oh my God. Nematona. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. We have the number 17, which I always associate because the number 17 card in the tarot is the star. Very exciting. So serenity, meditation, and solitude. So you might be just things around these areas are definitely improving for you, Banana Anna S, where you're just feeling like you can have some rest, some recuperation, getting in touch with your own spirit, your own thoughts, your own feelings, and kind of closing out that noise, finding a nice quiet place that feels very peaceful. This is improving for you. So if you haven't had a lot of that lately, get ready. It is on its way. All right, Jamie. Let's get Jamie's card. What's improving for Jamie? I just heard I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. That song. Do you remember that song from the 80s? Is that from like Flashdance? The movie Flashdance? Let's see. Maybe it's not. Let's see. Ooh, we have Athena with strategy, clarity, and intellect. Strategy, clarity, and intellect for Athena. And the number 34 adds up to a 7. Very spiritual, very introspective. So you're going to be able to improve in making a game plan and then being able to actually follow through with it, which is something that is like huge. If you have a plan, but you can never quite make it to that next step. Also, the clarity. You're going to have a clear path forward. It's not going to be like you fumbling around in the dark, feeling your way. This is direct and clear path. And your intelligence, your intellect is increasing in one area of life or another. So maybe you're doing some research and you're learning something about something. But that's definitely improving for you. Jamie. All right. Jessica Lynn. All right, Jessica Lynn. What's improving for Jessica Lynn? And we have here Nematona as well with serenity, meditation, and solitude. So yeah, again, finding quiet time, not just quiet time where you feel like guilt for wasting time or not getting things done or not hustling, but actual restorative rest. So specifically, Jessica Lynn, if you've been having trouble sleeping or getting like proper like rest while you're trying to sleep, but you're tossing and turning instead or having a lot of insomnia, nightmares, waking up a lot, that's about to change and improve to where you're getting a more restful sleep at night. Or if you've been having to take a lot of naps or something because you're just not making it through the day, you're not going to have to do that so much. But again, with the meditation, all of this is just very spiritual, really being able to tune in even with that higher heart chakra energy. And you guys know, if you've been here for any length of time, you know how I feel about the chakras, how they've been distorted and what do I call them instead? I think I call them energy hijack points because they're not natural to the human body the way that we think they are. Yes, there are, I think, 3 energy centers, kind of more in alignment with ancient Chinese medicine. But all these 100 plus, 200 plus extra chakras. What intelligent creator would put that many different energy points in the body that need to be constantly balanced? Not any intelligent creator I've ever met in this lifetime or any other. It just seems very asinine to me. So this is about being able to reharness your energy, I think, in a more natural way as well. Jessica Lynn is going to be improving for you. All right, DW. Let's get DW a card. And we have here healer. So what's improving for you, DW, is a loving connection, not just with others, but the earth, yourself, animals, the connection you have between you and any other or any other thing, any other person on this planet. And you are finding new ways forward. This could even be with someone who's older, but also does look kind of young for their age, because this is like grandmother or like crone energy, highly intelligent, older female energy. But this could also be yourself if you identify in that way, or just past versions of you that have been this crone kind of energy. And no matter what area or what season of life, women or even men, because we all have that feminine and masculine energy within us, can tune into either the maiden, the mother, or the crone energy at any age, at any point in our life, and be able to harness that energy for our own leveling up. So you're going to be able to heal yourself, maybe even physically, but I do really feel emotional, spiritual, mental healing that you're doing for yourself and possibly for others. All right, so that's improving for you, DW. All right, Brandy Lynn, let's get you a card. Brandy Lynn, what's improving for Brandy Lynn? And we have here Persephone, introspection and limbo. So the introspective nature of you being able to brainstorm or get ideas, epiphanies, that's going to be like a lightning rod for new ideas, breakthroughs in things that you thought, oh, this could work. And not just in your creative endeavors. I mean, a lot of times when I read for you, it's so focused on your creativity and your creative projects. But this just feels to me like any area of life that feels, specifically with that limbo message there, what's improving is you not feeling so in limbo with certain things in life. Different areas of life that might have been feeling stuck or stagnant are going to start feeling like they're moving forward. But then also the introspection you're doing isn't you beating yourself up or the woulda, shoulda, couldas. It's more constructive introspection for you to be able to move forward in a way that's actually going to improve or enhance your life, your creative projects, your relationships, whatever it is. Very cool. All right, my chat just jumped, so I have to scroll back up. Kirsten, let's get Kirsten a card. All right, Kirsten. And Kirsten's card, what's improving for Kirsten? We've got the Athena card as well, strategy and clarity and intellect yet again. So this is, again, being able to have that very clear and concise game plan to be able to move forward on something. So if you've been feeling stuck or like you're spinning your wheels or you're unsure what direction to go, that is improving and you're going to actually be able to like point. And I just saw like Polaris, like the North Star energy. So maybe even going out and stargazing if that's a possibility. I know in some of these cities we can't quite see stars. Thankfully, I'm on the very south end of my city, so I have a really clear view of the south night sky, but the northern part of the sky is usually pretty light, like sky glow, too much light pollution and stuff. But yeah, get out there and do some stargazing, and that can actually help improve areas of your life, Kirsten, that feel stuck or stagnant. All right, Damini, let's get you a card. What's improving for Damini? And we have here Kali energy, the release of limiting beliefs and transformation. So you're going to be able to transform or release or let go of those limiting beliefs and feeling stuck, feeling like a victim, like any kind of victim roles you've ever been in. You're like bringing those up to examine and be like, is that actually true? Am I a victim or was I learning something from it? Just being able to, Kali is that like destructive force or transformational force of being able, like the death and rebirth kind of energy as well. And then the number 23, which is adding up to 5, which is about change. So you're going to be able to make many big changes to be able to release these limiting beliefs that have maybe been holding you back. So that's what's improving for Damini. Did I put that in backwards? No, I think I did it right. Okay. All right. Up next, we got Amber A. Amber A. What's improving for Amber A? And we have here it shall. Okay, I'm probably not saying that correctly, but we've got healing magic and restoration, and the number 43, which is the inverse of the 34, very spiritual number we got earlier, but the 43 spiritual number. So there is healing magic coming to assist you. You're going to be able to use your own spirit energy to override. With specifically, we have that kind of half moon in the background there, and watching, oh gosh, what's Typical Skeptic podcast. I was watching that his channel here on YouTube earlier today, and the other day he had Ola Wolny on there. She doesn't have her own YouTube channel, but she's been on pretty much every person's podcast. Let me just type in her name, and listening to what she says about the moon, and it is so in alignment with what I've been feeling about it. But you're overcoming any control that the moon construct might have over you, which is very exciting, especially if you've always felt very drawn or pulled toward the moon. And of course, a lot of women will, their cycles and all of that kind of line up with the different moon phases. But this really is about you being able to like override any matrix programming over your physical sovereign vessel. And we have a snake on the shoulder here, which is really healing, restoration, magic. You're bringing your own magic into something to be able to override something that's been holding you back. So that's really cool. Ola Wolny, let me write her name out. So Ola Wolny. And if you just type Ola Wolny in YouTube, you can find her on like so many different people's different channels getting interviewed. Any one of them would be a place to start, because she does have to repeat herself a lot on these. But sometimes repetition is key to really get these insights down. Yeah, so very cool. All right, let's see. So up next is Michelle. Welcome, Michelle. Oh, I'm gonna card fall. So yes, Celine, abundance and romance. So the card fell. So, normally it's like slipping right through your fingers, but because we're tuning into an area of life that's going to improve, what is going to improve for you, Michelle, is your abundance and your romantic life. So that is amazing. That is exactly, I think, what you've been hoping for, wanting for, praying for, wishing for a while now. To have more abundance in your life and to have some romance, to have some passion, to have some excitement coming in. I think that's a pretty short and sweet message, but right to the point for that one. I love that. Cool. It's all relevant for me already. I'm so glad, Jamie. Aw, you're so welcome, everybody. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And Rosie's here. Hello, Rosie. I will put your name on the donation list here momentarily. Let me just make sure I didn't skip anybody. Put an 888 in the chat if you're just joining us. I know we're like 20 minutes past where I wanted to be, but I kind of gabbed for a while at the beginning, so I'm going to still honor everybody who's here as of right now. Put a 888 in the chat, and I will definitely pull you a free one card. And anyone looking to get their personal question answered tonight, you can always send a donation, and we will get you taken care of tonight. Yes, I love these cards. Aren't they beautiful? This is the Goddess Spirit Oracle deck. But I did just get a new tarot set for my story specifically. I'll share details in the weekly update. I love it. I love your weekly updates. Even if I have not been very on the ball with my own weekly updates since really it's been crickets in my writing life, I still absolutely adore hearing from you on what's going on with yours. So don't stop. Don't stop sending them. And like you said, it helps you be accountable. So win-win. Reiki Healer told me I should work with Athena. Oh, there you go, Kirsten. Double confirmation. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to listen later because I can't hear very well where I am. Yeah, go ahead and just maybe put it on 2x speed when you have a quieter place, and then you'll be able to hear it, hopefully. Definitely resonate with the calling energy. Yay. Love the 60s mega hair. Love it. You're most welcome. All right, Rosie. Let's get Rosie a card. What's improving for Rosie? What's improving for Rosie? We have Persephone with introspection and limbo. So being able to move forward on something that might have been feeling stuck, and those more like intrusive thoughts that keep getting in your way. that make you feel like you're not worthy, you're not good enough, or just keep you confused about your next steps or your direction in life, that's kind of dying down or going away. And your spirit's coming forward to really be able to help you through your thought process, to give you downloads or ideas, epiphanies, those aha moments. And then you might even be doing some journaling. And of course, I would recommend that for anybody who's just looking to kind of get some clarity on, what's rolling around, rattle around up inside my head. Journaling can really help with the clarity stuff. So what's improving for you? You're going to have a more introspective and constructive. Yeah, that's the word that's coming. It's like constructive, introspective sessions. And especially if you're writing them out, that's something you won't forget soon because it's written down and you can read it at any point. And then the limbo energy here is all about not feeling like in the limbo, because we are tuning into what's improving for you. You're not going to feel that limbo energy so much. You're going to feel this like forward momentum. All right. Very cool. Very, very cool. So Kirsten, I'm going to scroll back up to her first question. So for the big reading question, and here is our current list. That's our current lineup right there. Take a quick drink of water. Okay, so I just scrolled back down, need to scroll back up. So first big question reading, will my coaching business be successful? Let's tune in. We're going to be using the Maya Loon Tarot tonight. In combination, I think, with the Herb Crafters Tarot. I left that one out because I did some rearranging and kind of shifting of the energy in here today, which I'm already feeling pretty good, even though it's not near done. For those that weren't here earlier, let me just show this before we get into Kristen's reading properly. Look at that. I mean, yes, I need to vacuum, but like that big, messy tarot table, I pushed it out of the middle of the floor and put it in the... But I cleaned it off first, and then I stacked a few things that, like my camera and stuff, that I do need. I do need them. So they're kind of just set there for now. And then the floor, like you can actually get in here without having to like sidestep. And that has not been the case for a minute. And that's very embarrassing to admit, but I'm admitting it. So that's where we're at. So to me, the fact that I felt like I needed to share that right that second, I think is very relevant to your question, Kirsten. And like maybe certain blockages or obstacles that were in your way are now removed. And it's because of something you physically did or actions you took to make this dream a reality, or to make this thing be successful. Or if this is still future energy, there are actions or steps or things you can do to forward the progress of this coaching business to be able to make it successful. So let's tune in and get a card or two on that. Well, a couple cards anyway. Coaching business. Yeah, King of Swords. Ask and you shall receive is what I'm hearing. So again, it's not just about making a wish, but actually following through, taking the steps or actions you need to do. Once you get that clarity, and a lot of times, and always, I associate the Ace of Swords as clear thinking and clarity, truth. And the fact that the King of Swords is usually holding the Ace of Swords, it's like he is now in command of the truth or in command of clarity and can now take action and move forward. So that's where you're going to be currently very soon, if you're not already there, be able to speak into being what it is you want to manifest with this coaching business. And this could even be like starting to advertise if you have like your LLC and all that set up, or your like business properly set up, to then be able to start taking clients is going to be key. So if you haven't laid the groundwork for the business, that would be step one. How do I get a business license? How do I register, my LLC? What do I need to do for this? Where do I need any goods or materials to do my job? Or is it just me showing up on Zoom, getting a Zoom account, just all the little things we can cross off our list. And it can feel overwhelming, but when you kind of get the ball rolling on that, it's going to start feeling like things are happening. But in the long run of it being successful, let's tune in for that. Because it's weird, because Spirit just really wanted to focus on setting the stage, building the foundation before we even get into, is it going to be successful? Usually we got to build. if you build it, they will come, which is actually a Mandela effect from the movie Field of Dreams. It used to be if you build it, they will come. Now it's if you build it, he will come. Which they're trying to build a baseball field, and why would just one lone person come? Wouldn't it be they, as in people? Anyway, Ace of Cups. So this is something you're very passionate about as far as the success of said business, coaching business. It's something you're very like motivated to do and very invested in as far as your own kind of emotional fulfillment and happiness. Success, overall success. Yeah, the world. So there might be some cycles you're closing out before you do see the success, though, because a lot of times when we are too focused on like 4 or 5, 10 different things, we can really scatter or like almost ripple out our energy in ways. Yes, I mean, each little thing we're focusing on is getting some attention. But when you can go all in, like for a while, of course, take care of yourself, maintain your relationships and all that. But as far as like side hustle 1, side hustle 2, side hustle 3, 4, 5, try to get it to 1 or 2 and really be able to focus on one of them, maybe 2 of them at most. Close out certain cycles or do some healing in some areas. There might even be a big trip you're taking. It can be anywhere that you're feeling called. But a lot of times I notice for myself personally, and for a lot of people I read for, is after you take a trip that feels like a big deal to you, even if you're just going across town and doing something you've always wanted to do. I mean, you don't have to travel far and wide to make things happen for yourself. But if it feels like a big deal to you, whatever that looks like for you, that trip almost acts as a reset to your energy to get you motivated, pumped, excited. Oh, you're in your practicum right now, and so far you love it. Yeah, I just see this like momentum of passion and emotional fulfillment from being able to do this as something that's going to carry you for a while. And there's something to be said about feeling really in tune with what you're doing, or if something like it feels like pulling teeth or dragging your feet to show up and do this job, you're not going to get very much out of it. Even if you are collecting a big paycheck, it's still draining the life force out of you. But if it's something you love and you can't wait to wake up every morning and get back to work on it, that there's something to be said about that kind of work, because that is the kind of work we all, yeah, there's your Ace of Swords on the back of the deck. This is your clarity. This is truth. So this is about getting clear on what does success look like to you? Because again, success to you, to Brandy Lynn, to Rosie, to me, to Kirsten, to all of us can look slightly different or widely different. To me, success would just be able to, work a job that I love and still be able to make an income to, have that energy exchange. I don't need, $1 million for one reading. Like I don't need that. I don't want that. I want at least a proper energy exchange. You know what I mean? And if you kind of get that clarity surrounding what exactly success is to you, and even define it, write it down somewhere and check in with that definition for yourself quite often, so that you can, maybe 1 week to another, you realize, hey, I'm successful. I've reached my definition of success. So how to make it successful is to get very clear on exactly what you want it to be, exactly what your purpose in having this coaching business is, exactly how you want to help people, and kind of making your own mission statement about it, and making it your own, because your coaching business is going to be greatly different from somebody else's, and what's going to make it specifically yours and specifically feel successful to you. And then we have the Chariot. Well, you're asking about being successful. This is the success card. At the heart of this card, it's always about success, no matter which direction you turn, which decision you make to go down this road or that. At the heart of whatever decision you do make is success. So there is success here, but you're the one steering the success. The success isn't just going to come out of nowhere or happen just willy-nilly. This is usually after very focused, dedicated, and let's be honest, hard work. Anything really worth having in life, if it's just handed to us, we won't appreciate it as much. But when we work, put the blood, sweat, and tears and all that into it, usually we can appreciate it and have that gratitude even more for something that can help provide for us. So having that success is really going to be up to you. And defining what success is and kind of creating a mission statement around what it is your goal is in having this business, and making it as successful, whatever that looks like to you, as you can. And yes, you will be successful. But again, it's about defining that for yourself and touching down in that energy every once in a while and reminding yourself, this is what success looks like to me. And this will let me know if I've reached it. But you will reach it if you keep working. Absolutely. Keep working toward it. Absolutely, you will be successful. And again, you're the one defining what success is to you. All right. Very cool. Very exciting. So now for Kirsten's one card read, I don't know if you put your name. Oh, donated. Oh, you also donated again. Okay, cool. So I don't know if you did want to combine that for another full read or just two separate smaller reads. Let me know. Let me know. Update the list though, just in case we had anything else come in. So yeah, you have at this point now 22. So you can either have full read or two one card reads, which are never one card. Let's be honest. You guys know me too well. Too small. Okay, go ahead and post your first question. We're gonna get right into it for you, my dear. And then Rosie has her question already in. So we'll do your one card to finish out your first donation. Then we're going to jump to Rosie for her donation. And then your last donation, Kirsten, came in after Rosie's donation. So hope that's okay. We're kind of jumping around, but that way we can honor the order everybody donated in. Okay, so Kirsten wants to know. Clear the energy. Yeah, this feels like a very different energy from what we were just tuning into for you. So, is my ex stalking me at the gym or is it coincidental? He showed up at the same time. Does he still have feelings for me and will he approach me? Okay. I'm already feeling like it may not be as coincidental as it may seem, but yet at the same time, it's almost like he had planned to do, it's almost like you guys were on the same wavelength. So it's not like, I don't think he was properly stalking you, but I think he did notice you were there, if that makes sense. But I don't think he planned it out ahead of time. Although, here's the case. If it happens again, you might just realize he's maybe following you or something. But I don't see that he's like properly stalking you. If we're going to go like into terms, I don't see that that was the case. Yeah, he might have seen you driving around town. Like, I don't know how big of a town you live in that consequential that you would somehow be at the same stoplight at the same time, like, and it wouldn't be like astronomical odds or anything like that. But yeah, it does to me feel like he did go to the gym for this is a healing card. This is a short distance travel, so short distance from his house, and short distance to me is like less than 100 miles. So obviously, most likely it's near his home, at least within 100 miles. But this is a card, he's going to heal. So healing, working on his physique, what have you. His cousin knows I go at that time. Okay, that could be, it could be, let's just tune in because again, it doesn't feel like he, got the membership there because he knew you were there and then did this and then timed, even if his cousin said, oh yeah, she's here at this time, he could have said, oh, well, I could totally make it the gym at that time. But I just heard, why would he want to? Because I do believe, like, just what I'm intuitively getting, that he is trying to move on. So let me just see. I mean, I think he's so curious about what you're doing and what you have going on, but I don't know that he wants to try to start something back up. But let's just see as far as if that cousin did tell him. We have Chariot. Yeah, I think the cousin did say, because this is a card about, do I go this way or go that way? So I think the cousin might have mentioned, oh, I saw, or maybe not that they like discussed what time it was, but he somehow within him saying that kind of gave away oh yeah, after dinner I went to the gym and, so, it was probably after 5 or 6 o'clock. But I don't think he purposely had his gears going like, oh, that's where I'm going to show up. It just worked into his schedule that way. As far as, does he still have feelings for you? I do see that he does, but again, I don't know that it's him wanting to get in the mix again in a relationship. But I think some part of him will always be curious or, hope that you're doing well, as much as an ex can. Some exes more than others. But the Tower card is he's still doing, again, with that Six of Swords that came out, like there's healing. But if he still has feelings for you, again, I think that, when the Tower card comes out, something's got to crumble, which was the marriage, which, now that's in the past. So again, there still may be affection, attraction in that way, but again, he's not wanting to start up a new foundation and go that route, at least right now. As far as will he approach you? Will he approach Kirsten? No. Ten of Swords. So either you won't see him same place, same time, or you will see him, but he'll keep his distance. Yeah, that's a very clear no. Like, hell will freeze over before. Although if you approach him or even put it in your mind that, oh, I kind of want him to come over here, he may just magnetically come over. But if you're like, no, I'm good, then I'm pretty sure he's not going to be the one to, try to open that can of worms. Good, because I don't want to talk to him. Right. So let's just see if there's anything Kirsten should be aware of with possibly crossing paths with him at the gym. Whoa. Seven of Cups is still up in the air as far as any decisions you're making or he's making. But for the most part, Four of Swords, taking a rest. So that means there's really no energy being given in the direction of you to him and him to you as far as any love or reconnection, recommitment. I think that, ship has sailed. That's in the past. And you can both do your own healing and moving on, even if somehow it's like your ship's passing in the night once in a while at the gym. Yeah. So he may have, gotten that information from his cousin, but it's not like he, evil villain laugh. So that's good, because that's what you want. So that's good. All right. So next question for Kirsten. All right. And then we will have Rosie's question right after that. Rosie, are you here? Let me know. If not, I can totally timestamp it. And I can even still timestamp these guys. If you guys remind me before your reading that, hey, can you put a timestamp for me right before we do your reading? Absolutely, I will. If you ask me maybe in advance, I might forget. I try, if I know you're here, usually, sometimes people do ask for timestamps. It's pretty rare unless they aren't at the live stream. But if you're at the live stream and still want me to put a timestamp so you can easily access this at a later date, I can totally do that for you anytime. Just remind me. Okay, Kirsten wants to know what's her life purpose. Let's tune in. Ooh, Nine of Swords and Three of Cups. Oh, that's so cool. I know, like, Nine of Swords, oh, that's not a good life purpose. This is like stress, anxiety, worry, like insomnia, sleepless nights, having nightmares. But with the Three of Cups, this is being able to connect to people and help them. And this could even be this could even be a card of addiction. This is helping people through their anxieties, stresses, woes, addictions. This is connecting to people in an emotional way, or even a spiritual way, to help them like level up. So I think your coaching and that type of stuff, it really is part of what you're here to do. And it doesn't only help and enhance the people you're working with's lives, it also does a real good number on you in the most positive way. At times it can be an emotional burden. I do believe, any kind of spiritual work, we're really digging deep and tuning in beyond this realm. Even if it's not like literal spiritual work you're doing, you're using a lot of your spiritual gifts in this line of work that you're doing. Any line of work that you're doing, Kirsten, and any way that you can ease people's fears and worries and make them feel like part of something greater, feel like they are, spiritually connected to not just you, but like the greater good. So that is a big part of your purpose, is uniting people, maybe taking something that feels very stressful or chaotic and making it more serene, more connected, more lively, more fun. If that makes sense. Be considering becoming an addiction counselor. There you go. And I think you've asked and tuned in about that before. And that was like, it might take some emotional tolls on you, but the payoff for the work you're doing and the sense of like just accomplishment that you would get by working with people who have addiction issues would be off the charts for you. It would be really like a big boost to your like ego, but like in a healthy way, not in a oh, I'm so much better than everybody. Like no, not in that way, but like in a healthy way. Anything else considering Kirsten's life purpose? Yeah, Empress. So motherhood. Yes, and being just this mothering, nurturing, divine feminine energy in anything you do. You almost have no choice but to just be this divine feminine force to be reckoned with in this world. But I do see motherhood as part of that path. It absolutely is part of that path. If you choose to take those action steps to become a mother, it absolutely is part of your path. Wow. Yeah, you're meant to really help and unite people, even possibly through very stressful things, but also to possibly, most likely, become a mother at some point. Very cool. Let's just see anything else we can tune into before we close out. Hey, John, how's it going? Had some good vibes this week or so. Feel like I've got a piece of my soul back. I felt more alive. Well, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. That feels so good when that happens. It's like part of you's coming back home to yourself, but like in a leveled up way. It's funny because before the live stream, I personally drew one of these cards from my deck here for myself, and that was one of the messages. So John, here's like a little side message before we finish Kirsten's reading. This is coming through for you real quick, John, but it's about, it's like maybe you've returned home or that piece of you has returned home, but it's been through a journey and it could never be that same old boring or maybe not so boring version of itself it used to be, but this leveled up version of yourself. Yeah, beautiful. All right, Kirsten, continuing on. Anything else she needs to know about her life purpose? Yeah, Six of Cups, childhood, uniting with children, working with children, having children, connections to any siblings or cousins, childhood friends are a big part of your purpose as well. And the moon, your connection with your mother, and also possibly again with that Empress energy that came out, also becoming a mother, but also using your intuition to level yourself up and overcome and even heal your past in this life and past lives. A lot of healing you can do in these areas. Very cool. All right, Kirsten, you've got a lot to give this world. And even if you, for the rest of your days, just sat on the couch and watched Netflix and ate a bag of chips every day and didn't do much else, you're still contributing that divine feminine energy just by being here. So don't feel you have to go move mountains and do all these crazy things. Just do what feels in alignment with your spirit at any given time, and you're going to be right on target. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so Rosie. I'm just going to timestamp just in case she's not here. So 102:49, Rosie. I'm using this like neon orange pen on white paper. It's not very easy to read, but easy enough that I'm going to be able to figure this out. You're most welcome, Kirsten. And then we have one card for you after Rosie. So don't go away. Let me scroll back up to Rosie's question. So peace and light, any love info for as far out as spirit allows? Any love info for Rosie? All right, I'm really going to give this deck a nice shuffle. Tuning in for Rosie. One more riffle shuffle, and then we'll go to... I never know what this kind of shuffling is called. Hand over hand? I don't know. Never knew what that's called. So peace and light. Any love info for as far out as spirit allows for Rosie? All right. So we have here, ooh, the Two of Wands. So there's something in the making, or even plans, or like this version of, and again, don't get specific so much about exactly what this person's going to look like or how their style is or what kind of car they drive. Just leave all those specifics to spirit as far as love, and just more tune into the vibe of how this person makes you feel, how you connect to them, how you guys vibe together, what the connection is like, really tuning into that, making a not so much a plan, because can we ever really plan exactly for this next person coming into our life? Like, I don't think we can, but this is just letting you know you do have something to look forward to in love, for sure. But of course, using your like law of assumption or law of attraction or visualization, whatever one resonates most for you, to tune into your love life. But let's just see, as far out as spirit will allow, what Rosie needs to know about love and all of that. Ooh, the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. So these are two like Earth Mother energies. Literal ability to birth a child. So if I don't know how old you are, or if you already have children or don't want children, like I don't know your motherhood journey at all, Rosie. But if you are wanting to bring literal spirits from the other side into this realm, you absolutely will be able to do that. If this is more energetic, that just being in a connection in love with someone just really puts you into that divine feminine energy, it's going to really help you tune into your divine femininity. But if you are wanting children at some point, that is almost like a promise here. But of course, doesn't have to be literal children. This could be more you being in union in love somehow amplifies or acts as like this like bow and arrow to really launch whatever dreams you have as far as your career or your home or what it is you're creating or manifesting in this world. You pairing up with this future partner is going to really really skyrocket you in a like higher trajectory than you've ever thought possible for yourself, specifically in the material world. These are two very material world manifesting energies here, and very feminine energy. So it's not like you're gonna have to like put a whole lot. I mean, yes, there is like there's always going to be some hard work and blood, sweat, and tears. Always, always, always. If we want anything worth having, usually it comes to that. But there's so much feminine energy here, and this is about being able to receive. So your future person might just be very well off to where your dreams can come true, because this person can, if you ever wanted to start a business or travel the world or, buy a dream house, I don't know what it is, but this person might kind of be that like launch pad for you to be able to realize that dream. And yes, maybe you're creating this dream together, so it's not just because of this person now you can do it. It's like a co-creation with this future love person in your life. But let's just see, tuning in specifically to love for Rosie. Yeah, and it's very healing. And I do see that this person most likely lives in your town or within like 100-mile radius. But you also possibly could, if we take this more as the technical side of the Six of Wands, Six of Swords. I always call this my internet card. So this also potentially could be someone you meet online that is also possibly at a distance or maybe not in your same town. So take what resonates most there. We could read this card either or. So whichever resonates most, I say you take that message. Anything else Rosie needs to know about love? But it is going to be a healing connection. And especially this connection will come in after you decide to walk away or close out cycles, cut cords, remove cords. I would say more cut cords. You're on this healing journey with something. And as you really dive into this healing journey, that's when this person's going to come into your life. Or when you feel like you've done well, did all the healing you can do in one area, and you're like, I'm done healing for a while. I'm going to go play and have fun now. That's most likely when this person will come into your life. All right. Anything else Rosie needs to know about love? For as far out as we can see. Rosie. Oh, yeah. The lovers. Asking about love and getting the lovers card is a direct hit. Direct hit. Everyone remember that from Battleship? Those old Battleship commercials in the 80s and 90s. You've sunk my battleship, but like in a good way. Yeah, this is about maybe even making a decision or a choice to get married eventually, or come together, move in together in union, not just be dating or seeing each other, but like taking this future love connection to the next level, or solidifying, or coming together. 1 + 1 = 3 rather than 2, right? Because one person and another person come in, and the two of them then create this third entity, which is the relationship, operating as this kind of, I don't know, energy in the world. That's what I see with this 1 + 1 = 3. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not confusing anybody. Specifically not Rosie, because it's her reading. But let's see anything else Rosie needs to know about this future love connection. Tuning in for Rosie. Future love. And we have Freya, warrior, your power and determination. So yeah, this really is about, I just wanted to select this Goddess Spirit deck, Oracle deck. So this really is about you stepping into that very feminine energy. And the divine feminine energy, it's very receptive. So you're not going to have to go out, search. I mean, of course, take action steps. If you're guided to sign up for a dating app, follow that intuition. If you're guided to go to a pumpkin patch in the fall, not to look for love, but just to get a pumpkin, follow your intuition. You might meet this person anywhere. So whatever intuition you have, just follow that intuition. And most likely, this will find you without you looking for it, if that makes sense. So you may not even be looking for love at the time that this person comes in. But again, it's about stepping into just being determined to really become the greatest version of yourself for yourself that you can become. Because when you're living in the greatest alignment with your true spirit, embodied in the physical, you can only attract the best for yourself. So that really is about you really going on this like healing journey or self-love, self-discovery journey. And I think that may be part of what this 2 of Wands was really talking about for you, Rosie, at the beginning here, is just about, maybe you haven't completely gone on this journey yet, but you're making plans to start. Or, maybe he's making that first round. Wait, this thing is not, I'm backwards. So yeah, he's going around the first bend here of this journey. So this is about getting started. And even if you don't have everything figured out about who this person will be, how you'll meet them, you don't have to worry about all that. Worry about, and don't worry at all, because worry is not a great energy to be in if you can help it. But just focus on, this is a very Queen of Wands energy if I ever saw it. Just being very determined, stepping into your own power, your own sovereignty, being a warrior for the things that bring you joy, happiness, standing up against, the things that are out of alignment and not, setting very clear boundaries with certain people, certain energies in your life is really going to benefit you moving forward. So there's so much of this future connection, this love connection for you, Rosie, that is tied up more in you taking care of yourself and loving yourself, nurturing yourself, dating yourself until you do meet this person. Because you're going to only attract the very best that is in the highest alignment for you if you're following through on all these action steps to really put yourself in that Queen of Wands energy. You're going to attract a King of Wands. And that is something very potent and very powerful. So I hope that resonated for you, Rosie. Thanks again for your lovely donation. It's always a pleasure to read for you. And back over to Kirsten. Here we go. Next question for Kirsten. Go ahead and post it, my dear. We're going to get right into it for you. And while we're waiting, I might just check and see what our current donation thing is. I think we're up to date, but I'm just double check here. Yes, we are caught up. Okay. Oh, and fun fact, I just saw today's thumbnail in my email because I have to email it to myself from this computer to this computer because we're working PC here, Mac here. And then I have to set up my live stream. But that's actually some candle magic that I was doing earlier in the day. And I'm like, ooh, this would be a cool picture for a thumbnail. Why not? And no, my countertop is not pink. I just put like a pink kind of lowered opacity overlay over it in Photoshop. So yeah, I was like, this would be a fun little deal. Since I've been making all these candles lately, I've been getting back into the candle magic practice and just having so much fun with that. Maybe too much fun with that. It's just so fun. I cannot wait to get these to who they are going to. She is going to be shocked. Yeah, even the tiny little aquamarine crystals that are in these, there's one here, sorry, there, and one there. And then there's these little abalone, boom and boom. um, I can already feel like even just when I was working with these crystals, I like to chart. I cleanse all of my. Of course, you cleanse the jars and stuff, but I even like when I first got the bag of wax, like I cleansed any energy of anybody who touched the wax and the jars, and like I go all in energetically with what I do with everything. But when I'm making a product or something for someone else, I want it as clean and clear as I possibly can get it for that person as I can. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Thank you, Rosie. I just finished your reading just a moment ago. So you can actually just kind of scroll back. I have the final timestamp. It's at 1 hour, 2 minutes, 49 seconds, but it won't quite register as that until I am no longer live and it just posts. Then you could go right to that timestamp. So what you would maybe do is just scroll back on the live stream right now and try to find the beginning of your reading. Couldn't have been too long ago. Let's see, it was about 13 minutes ago. So we can scroll back about 13 minutes. You should be good. Hey, Jay McDonald, thank you for the donation. Thank you. Oh, cool. Thank you so much. I will listen with my tea. That sounds lovely. I love it. Thank you so much for the donation, Jay McDonald. I appreciate that. So I don't know. Oh, it's your first time. I don't know how it totally works. Okay, so if you want like a full reading, the directions for how much it is and stuff are in the description. And super chats are at a slightly different price point just because YouTube takes like 34% of every donation, which is crazy, but it's their platform. I guess they can do what they want. So for like the lower, or not lower, but like smaller, quicker reading is $15 on super chat. So if you wanted to add a little to that, we could get you like a full minier reading. I just say call it a one card read, but it's never for me a one card read. Really, they're like a 3-minute read. And then the $30 reading through super chat is more of a 6 to 10-minute reading, and let's be honest, sometimes closer to 20 minutes because I just get going with it. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. So Kirsten, let's see. We have one more for Kirsten. Am I right? Am I correct? We didn't do her last one, did we? Or did we? Now I'm confused myself. I was pretty sure, yeah, I was pretty sure we were going to do her couple that she had donated for that first chunk, then Rosie, then that last donation of 1111 she did through PayPal. I think that's what we were doing. So Kirsten, if you're here, let's get into it. And if you're not here, then Jay McDonald, you can go ahead and post your question and we'll get right into it for you. Look at that, right on time. So whoever gets our question in first, Jay McDonald or Kirsten, we're going to honor your mini read first. It's a race. It's a race to see who can get their question in first. So yes, so Kirsten's one card, and then Florence, I still have her full reading to timestamp, and then Jay McDonald, one card. Race to see who we're reading for first. There we go. That's our list. So we can put it in any order we need to. Kirsten was here. Maybe she had to step out. I'm not sure. So you can ask whatever you want. I don't think anyone's ever brought a question in here that I couldn't or didn't want to answer. But I do know a lot of tarot readers won't do like pregnancy readings or medical type readings, and it's not that I do those readings, but I put the caveat that, entertainment purposes only. Okay. So I have a close friend that is not the friend I think she is. Is she playing mind games with me? Wow. Yeah, I already see there's something. It's like there's a third energy involved. So either, and I kind of want to lean more into the like spiritual realms of it being more entity interference rather than some third party human person she's either involving or that is getting involved. Um, yeah, I'm leaning more toward it being like spiritual attack. But let's just see, as far as this close friend that is not the friend you think she is she playing mind games? All right. We have Queen of Swords. So this is somebody, that's thought, that's mind, right? Queen of Swords can be kind of a B word. Let's put it that way. So if she's giving like passive aggressive vibes or maybe even full on aggressive, oh, please don't spam. Please don't spam the chat. There's only like 4 people here. So we don't really need to spam the chat, please. We'll just do, let's see. We'll just do some timeout for a minute. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Go back. Sorry, Jay McDonald. We had a bit of a blip on the radar there. Okay. So we had a mutual friend pass away unexpectedly several months ago. Okay. So let's just tune in and see if this was a turning point or if there's something about the passing away of this friend that has kind of shifted things in your connection with this friend you're inquiring about. Yeah, 2 of Swords, are something about confusion or just not being able to understand why or understand something. There may even be, there's a lot of green here, and I'm hearing in my like mind's ear, green with envy. So there might be something she's even envying about you, or, and again, I don't know if this is going back to the connection with the friend that passed away or if this is just your energy in general. There's something that, yeah, that to me, if it is third party, it again feels like more spiritual level rather than like in the material world. But yeah, there might be some jealousy, some envy that this person is portraying toward you, and that could even be like some of the comments she makes or things she says that you're just like, was that a compliment or is she dragging me? Like, I don't get it. But let's just get you some clarity as far as this connection goes, this friendship mind games. Yeah, it's almost like you have to feel like you either, like with your words or like energetically, almost feel like you're under attack, or you feel like you have to defend yourself when she's around, or you leave hanging out or talking or whatever it is, however you get together or communicate, feeling drained. And usually when that's the case, either there's something off with that person's energy, or they themselves have a fixation, again, maybe a bit of jealousy or something, that like their energy is interfering with your energy rather than vibing with it. Because we all have these friends, hopefully we all have these friends, when we get together with them or we have a conversation with them, we feel like we're walking on clouds. We feel like so good, so uplifted. And if you're not leaving this connection feeling like that, then there's some sort of interference or something off. At the very least, we want to feel neutral after participating in a friendship, either through text or phone call or going to coffee or whatever it is. But as far as her playing mind games, I really do see that, and almost like you feeling like you have to defend yourself or feel drained or like you're energetically under attack. I don't see that she's purposely trying to do this though. So if you're like, oh, she's whatever, I this could even just be something she's going through that she's projecting onto you. And that could be the jealousy, is like, well, Jay McDonald has it so easy, and here I am struggling with this, and this. Even though if that's not the case, this person's projecting. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. Wow, a lot of green. A lot of green. Yeah, there's a bit of immaturity here. Specifically over, oh, green was your friend's favorite color. Oh, that's cool. So that could even be like a side message. If you're intuiting that maybe that's coming in because of that friend, then I would take that message as well. So maybe you're getting a bit of a mediumship reading right along with it. But there is a bit of immaturity that this friend that you're thinking is playing mind games is bringing, and even jealousy surrounding material things or the way you look. um, the like clothing you have, the car you drive. There's some sort of jealousy surrounding the physical realm with this friend playing games. So you're not crazy. This person is projecting things onto you and feeling some jealousy. And the interesting thing is, yeah, there is a lot of green tones in this deck, but as you can see, not all the cards are green. But all the cards you got have a really great number of green in them. There we go. If I don't cover, yeah, my screen's backwards, so I'm still trying to learn how to hold things so everybody can see what's going on. A lot of green going on here, but again, with that message of just feeling a little like something's off, it could just be that you're picking up on this person's envy without maybe being able to put it into words, and that makes things feel a bit off, or like she's playing mind games, especially if there's a lot of passive aggressive or maybe even flat out aggressive comments about, oh, I would never wear that, when in fact she wishes she could wear that, something like that. And if she's not that overt about, calling you out in whatever way she is, if it's more like, is that a compliment? Is she dragging me? You're kind of confused again, because we're going back to that two swords about feeling confused or like what's actually happening here. She just may be more subtly doing these things. But the fact that you've intuitively picked up there's something a little bit shady, shaky off here, I don't see that this is maybe worth ending that connection over. But there's two ways or two things I'm kind of seeing in my mind's eye for you as far as a path forward. Maybe having a honest one-on-one conversation with her in person would be best if that's possible. A lot of times through text or even over the phone, we don't get the full, body language and tone and all the fun things. But when you can be face to face and just say, I'm kind of feeling a little, however you're feeling, and you're going to be able to intuitively gauge, if she's lying or overcompensating or, whatever the case may be. But let's just see, as far as all this goes, your best path to follow. Yeah, 3 of Cups. Yeah, literally vibing together, sitting down over a cup of coffee, cup of tea, sharing honest feelings can really help smooth things out. Because I don't see that this is like worth burning the bridge, and she's not an evil person or anything like that. It's just there might just be some things she's struggling with, dealing with, that she's projecting onto you, maybe that sense of envy. And even if you're like, there's nothing here to envy, what is she? We've all got something that we would think nobody would envy that someone's envying. Like it's just it's a human aspect that happens a lot. So I would say, just having an honest conversation, or another thing you can do is just light a candle with the intention to clear any cords, any projections between the two of you, any kind of yucky energy between the two of you, and that could help take care of that just like that. But if you're noticing you're having that conversation, you're clearing those cords or energy, and this is still happening or things are getting worse, then re-examine, well, now what do I need to do? If things are getting worse, or if you're feeling attacked, or feeling like she's manipulating you in some way, of course then re-examine. But I don't see that it's gone that far yet, and most likely won't, especially if you kind of clear the air with things. She might realize she's being a brat and kind of step back and examine herself a little bit. And in fact, I do see her being able to do that. Yeah, she'll do the proper healing and do what she needs to do to get herself in a good place to where she can actually be a good friend. I mean, this is the best card you can, one of, if not the best card you can get for a good friend, and it came out in this reading. So the potential for her to be that for you, and I already feel you are flowing that way for her. Like, you're a good supportive friend who cares, and she can be and has probably been in the past that person, and can be that person again. It's just she's going through something, even if it's something little or something she's never told you about. This, again, don't burn the bridge just because there's something off right now. Again, there could be just some spiritual interference that are trying to break up. This is soulmate level connection here. So, and I'm getting chills too. So this could even be spirit attacking through her, or using her to spiritually attack you. And of course that muddies the water between you and her, which could possibly be a solid connection that when the two of you get together, it is fun, it is laughter, it is deep connection. And a lot of these dark entities don't want that going on in the world. So they'll do what they can to sabotage, and they could even use the person you most want to connect to as the weapon against you. It's constantly happening, constantly happening. So clearing your energy, clearing any cords or things. Here's the deal though, if you cut a cord or remove a cord from somebody, it doesn't mean that severs the connection or you have to start all over with the connection. No, it puts things back to neutral for you. And the second you think about that person again in any way, a new cord is created anyway. So you're not getting out of it that easy anyway. But if you can clear some of the just kind of build up and yucky energy, it's like, blowing out the sprinklers and, putting some Drano down when things get clogged in a pipe, or, it's like having maintenance, like energetic maintenance on any connection. But I think it's going to be really powerful to be able to do a little bit of energetic maintenance on this friendship, and you'll see things really start to calm down with her mind games. Because most likely when people are playing mind games, I'd say 10 times out of 10, it's them feeling a lack or unworthy in some way, and then they're projecting that. Almost always that's why. Because someone who feels good about themselves and confident and healthy and all these things, they don't have time to play games like that. They just don't. So that would be clue number one. Something might be off. Just, maybe she's going through some stuff, and maybe just tune in and, ask her, hey, everything okay? Just kind of wondering. Seem like you've been a little off, and you don't have to go into detail about, I think you're playing mind game. Like, you don't have to call it out completely unless you feel the need to. Then of course follow your intuition, but usually we can get the truth of what's going on without literally yelling at someone or calling them out point blank. Usually we can kind of skate around exactly what we want to say and them tell us what we need to know without just coming right out and accusing someone of playing mind games or doing this or doing that. Because a lot of times when we come at it from that energy of, hey, friend, are you playing mind games? They're either going to laugh at you thinking you're joking, or they're going to be like, how dare you? Even if they are. Like, how dare you know the truth of what I'm doing? Or if they're not, how dare you? And now I don't like you anymore, So there are tactful and helpful ways you can get to the truth of what you need to know from her without, point blank calling her out, but also not completely walking on eggshells to where you're not getting the information or the resolution here that you want. So there's a fine line to tread, I guess, to get what you want in the connection. But yeah, back of the deck, 2 of Cups. So it is a soulmate connection. So yeah. And I feel the need, just before we go, one card also for your friend that passed away, message to you from the friend that passed away, since we kind of did tune into that energy. Aw. It's like a manifestation, and there's more green there. I love it. But I don't know if the friend looked anything like that. They're not showing their face. It's like they're on to a new journey. That's what I see here. But really what this is that she's letting you know, like, there are so many different paths you can take forward, move forward, manifest this, manifest that. She says set your sights high and like aim high and like take action in a direction that you're going to feel really good about. So there might be some certain project or just goal that you're going after. And she's like cheering you on from the sideline. Yeah, a new beginning. Something you're literally creating. Creative project, business idea, possible way to make money as well. Or if it's not making money, it's something you're investing in that will pay you back emotionally or in a different way than just, oh, here's money. But it's going to feel like an investment of some sort. Whatever it is you're investing your time and attention into can be a new beginning for you. So that's your message from your friend that passed away. All right, Jay McDonald, I hope that resonated for you, brought you some clarity on this friend situation. All right. So, Kirsten. I'm not sure where Kirsten went. Oh my God, it did. Yay, I'm so glad. Big hugs to you, Jay McDonald. I hope that you can get things straightened out with her and figure out what's going on. or at least move forward. Sometimes we don't always get exactly the answers we want, but if there's that forward momentum and you see she's improving things and not playing so many mind games, that's all we could ask. All right. Hello. All right. I don't know what's with all of this stuff tonight. Isn't this what the other person was just saying? I don't know. All right, Kirsten. Last call for Kirsten. I'm going to move now over into Florence's reading. So Florence, timestamp 13501. 13501. Okay. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can go ahead and donate for another question and we can get right into it for you. So 13501 for Florence, and I'm going to scroll back up to her question at the beginning of the live stream today, which was, hello, Amanda, I just donated for a reading. I won't be here live, so it would be great if you could timestamp it. Yes, ma'am. Will Nikolai come back into my life, and will we reunite in love? If so, when? Okay. So let's ask the first part of that question. Let's go back up so I make sure I say it right. So, will Nikolai come back into Florence's life? Yeah, I heard It's Not Over Till It's Over, which is, I think, a Lenny Kravitz song. And then we're getting the Justice card and the Three of Pentacles. So at some point, you will be working together. If not, like, I'm not seeing it like as a business possibly, but like on a connection and balancing something out. But Libra energy is like traditional 7th house or partnership energy. And partnership paired up with the Three of Pentacles, like that could be working together or having a partnership together. I'm going to get another clarifier on this just to see if he will come back into your life. I don't see that he's gone for good. But we'll tune in a minute about the romantic connection part of the question. But as far as him coming back into your life, yeah, new beginning, new energy. He might even be on the move or thinking about moving somewhere. But yeah, this full energy is brand new beginning and it's yes energy. So yeah, I do see him being able to, and then the wheel, he might be working on closing some cycles out. Like wheel energy is about finishing something and completion and then new beginning. And it's very like, zodiac wheel here. And then we have the Justice, which is very Libra energy here. So Libra season might be a time, or during Aries season, the Libra full moon might be around that time you will hear from him, or when there's at least 3 planets in the sign of Libra. So these are all 3 time frames or times that you might have him come back into your life. Very Libra-esque, Libra heavy season. As far as will you reunite in love, specifically in love with Nikolai? We have the Hermit. So I won't say that it's a no, but if it's a yes, it would have to be in a different way than you did the first time, or if you never did kick things off romantically the first time, there's a deepening of a spiritual commitment or connection that's going on. And then the Hermit is Virgo energy. So Virgo season comes right before Libra season. So this could just be a time of the year you're hearing from him or strengthening things or forming a bond. But as far as having this be a romantic connection in the future, Ace of Pentacles. So it's a potential. It's not a guarantee, but it's a potential. There's potential here, depending where you're at energetically, where he's at energetically, when you do cross paths, if this will be a romantic connection, will remain to be seen. So it's at this point, I would say it's a maybe. And I think we've kind of tuned into the time frame, but let's just see what Florence can do if it is. And I always like to say, if it is in your best interest, if this romantic connection with Nikolai is in Florence's best interest, what does she need to know about making this connection a romantic connection in the future? 7 of Wands. Stand your ground as far as your values, your morals, your spiritual beliefs, or just if there are deal breakers or red flags as far as he politically leans this way and I lean the complete opposite. Um, I mean, that can create some chaos in a good way sometimes, but most likely not most of the time. So this is about seeing how in alignment or on the same page spiritually, mentally, emotionally, politically, religiously, all the things. Seeing how on the same page you are, because I do see you feeling almost like you have to defend yourself or like play yourself up. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just almost like you have to point out to him what a catch you are or something. Like it's like he can't see it himself for some reason. Let's just see what this means specifically. Like is I don't know if he's still healing from a past connection or he's got blinders on or what's going on. Um yeah, Nikolai. Yeah. So this could be just due to past life stuff. There's some certain because this came out earlier part of or it was on the back of the deck earlier for this reading about connecting with him. Again, he might just be doing some healing and there might be some cycles closing out that he's dealing with before coming back around in your energy field again. But this also can indicate a karmic relationship. Yes, it can still be a soulmate connection, but it could be a soulmate relationship or karmic soulmate. But let's just see what karma is between the two of you in this life to play out. Queen of Swords, being able to communicate correctly or express yourselves. So there might be someone dropping the ball in communication, and most likely it's going to be Nikolai. You're the one almost like, hey, this is what's going on. And like, almost like having to carry all the conversations, and then he just kind of drops out or leaves you on red or isn't as forthcoming about his emotions or how he's feeling about things. And you're the one kind of almost steering the conversation a lot of the time. But this goes back to past life karma, the reason why that is in this life. So maybe even working on or asking him when you are back in connection about maintaining better communication with each other. So that might be something you're working on in the future. But let's just see overall, whatever it is that Florence's connection to Nikolai is in the future, be it friends or romantic, what does she need to know about the connection moving forward? Yeah, Three of Swords. So there's heartbreak. So, but this to me feels like right now or past, like either missed connection or unrequited love at the time, or just feeling that loss of him in your life because he's off doing whatever it is he's doing. When for a while there, it seemed like he was going to be pretty front and center, but now not so much. But this is such a healing or healed looking Three of Swords. It's not that pierced heart of the traditional Rider-Waite depiction of the Three of Swords. Feels much more healed or in alignment or something you can overcome. Anything else Florence needs to know? Okay, so slippery energy, it fell. And it's the King of Cups and it's in reverse. So it just may be that it's really difficult for Nikolai to share how he feels or his emotions or be able to tell you what you want to hear from him. As far as him telling you how lovely you are and how smart and amazing you are, that might be difficult for him because he just thinks, well, shouldn't she already know that? I mean, she is those things, but shouldn't she just know that? Like, it's hard for him to express how he feels or what it is he does like about you. It's really hard for him to express those things. And that might be hard for you because you love, I don't know, Florence, specifically if like words of affirmation is one of your love languages, or it just really helps you feel validated, which it's one of mine. Let's just put that out there. Words of affirmation is I think my second love language. There's one that's higher than that. It's physical touch. I just like hugs and feeling connected to people. But my second is words of affirmation. So I don't know if it's either your first love language or your second love language. That is something that might be really difficult for you to get from him in a romantic connection. And especially if it's something you need in a relationship, it just might be better off as friends with him because he can't quite give you what you're looking for in that regard. Or it's really hard to read him because he bottles up his emotions, or he it's not like he does it on purpose. It's just who he is. The way he operates, he doesn't really outwardly express maybe excited emotions, sure, but when he's stressed or sad, he may just seem a little aloof rather than angry or gonna come tell you, you did this wrong, or I can't believe you said that. He's just gonna bottle it up. and that it feels like it goes back to his childhood. Um, so yeah, I think moving forward, you're gonna have to be the one that's like on the ball with communication and following up with him if you don't hear from him, and um, maybe even telling him that communication is important to you in a future connection. Um, because there's always room for improvement. He can always work on these things for himself, but it's kind of like an addict quitting, whatever it is they're addicted to, say alcohol in this regard. I'm not saying he's an addict, but this is just an example of usually someone that's addicted to something, no one outside of them is going to make them quit or change. It's going to have to come from within them for them to want it more than everybody else wants it, for them to finally follow through. So it just might be that it's like pulling teeth at times to know where he stands on some topic, or how he feels about this, or what he thinks about that. Like, he's not very forthcoming with that stuff. And that can be maybe a pretty big source of frustration for you if you're someone who likes to have that flow of communication and going, coming and going. That could be really like frustrating for you. Like, I just almost want to like grind my teeth and like my jaws tight. Like, it can be really frustrating for you if that's something you need and really enjoy in a relationship. You just may not get it from Nikolai, because he's just not, I almost want to say he's not wired that way.